Charlotte is spending more money on itself right now than almost any point in its history. We're talking billions of dollars, a new stadium era, entire new neighborhoods built from scratch, an airport doubling down on itself, and transportation projects that are going to change how this entire city moves for the next generation. Here are 20 big things coming to Charlotte that are going to make you excited to move here, not just tolerate the traffic to get here. Hi, and as always, I'm Daniel Morabel, a local realtor broker here in the Charlotte, North Carolina metro area, and I track this stuff for a living because knowing where a city is investing tells you more about where to buy than almost anything else I can literally show you. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right, number one, Bank of America Stadium is getting an $800 million renovation, and construction is already underway this year. New seats throughout the whole entire bowl, new scoreboards and video technology, a reimagined South Lawn area, and an upgraded concourses, bathrooms and suites. And it also locks the Panthers and Charlotte FC into the city throughout 2045. The city is putting in $650 million of that, funded through hospitality and tourism taxes, not property taxes. And the Tepper Sports and Entertainment is covering the rest, along with any cost that overruns. So what does that mean for you? It means Uptown's biggest venue isn't going anywhere. It's staying, and it's about to get dramatically better. And events at the stadium already generate over $1 billion a year in economic impact for this region. All right, so number two, right next to that stadium, Tepper Sports and Entertainment is partnering with Live Nation on a new 4,400 seat indoor music venue, expected to open by 2029. That is genuinely a big size concert venue, built specifically for the kind of shows that currently skip Charlotte for other cities. Now, number three, this one might be the biggest name on this entire list. Iron District is a brand new 55-acre neighborhood rising on a former industrial site. The old Charlotte Pipe and Foundry property, built specifically to connect Uptown and South End, two of the most valuable parts of the entire city. Phase one alone includes over 500 residential units, more than 100,000 square feet of retail and office space, and a 45-key hotel with construction starting this year. There's even a 32,000 square foot immersive arts venue called the Blurn Studios planned inside a repurposed warehouse there. And developers are donating land for a brand new light rail station, and that will serve Bank of America Stadium directly. So what does that mean for you? It means one of the most valuable stretches of land in the entire city is about to become a walkable live, work, play district, practically overnight by real estate standards. Now, number four, this is the largest project in the entire list, and it's called the River District, and it's a 1,400-acre development in West Charlotte, genuinely described as a city within a city, larger than the entire footprint of South Park, believe it or not. Thousands of residents are expected to move in over the next decade, making this one of the most influential new communities this metro has ever seen. So what does that mean for you? Well, West Charlotte, a part of the city that hasn't really gotten nearly the attention as parts like South End and Noda, is about to become one of the biggest growth stories of the region. All right, so coming in at number five, East Charlotte is getting its own transformation. The former Eastland Mall site is being rebuilt into an 80-acre destination with housing, retail, parks, and entertainment, backed by around $225 million in investment. Eastland Park itself, with an amphitheater and skate plaza, is now projected to open in spring of 2027. So what does that mean for you? A part of Charlotte that's been overlooked for years is genuinely about to become a place people choose to spend time in, not just drive through. Number six is Gateway Station. It's Charlotte's long-planned multimodal transit hub, meant to eventually bring together light rail, commuter rail, and Amtrak itself, and buses all under one roof near Uptown. Now, phase one infrastructure, building of the tracks, structures, and signals, and it's already finished back in 2022. Now, phase two is where it gets bigger, integrating the larger transit hub components with a broader public-private development vision around it. And there's an active debate right now about exactly who leads and funds that next phase. So what does that mean for us? It means watch this one really closely if you work in or near Uptown. A true multimodal hub changes how realistic it becomes to live further out and still commute in without a car, which is huge for people that live uptown with limited parking. Now, number 7, Mecklenburg County voters approved a 1% sales tax increase back in November 2025, specifically to fund roads, rail, and transit. And the Silver Line has included as a funding project in that measure as well. Now, the current plan calls for a light rail connecting the airport area to the Bojangles Coliseum area first, about a 10-mile starting segment, with a fuller version eventually linking Belmont, which is West Charlotte, all the way to Matthews across roughly 26 miles total, almost across the city. So, what does that mean for you and I? Transit projects like this don't just move people faster, they expand which neighborhoods become realistic commute options, sometimes years before most buyers even notice it happening. Now, the smart money in real estate watches where the rail is heading, not just where it already is. Okay, so number 8 is CLT, or Charlotte Douglas International Airport, is in the middle of a $2.5 billion expansion, and the headline piece is the 4th runway, already approaching the halfway point of construction with a scheduled opening in fall of 2027. That project also includes new taxiways and 10 to 12 additional gates across concourses B and C, plus a new parking deck at the airport's north entrance. I'll be honest with you, this one isn't universally popular. As you can imagine, neighbors near the airport have raised real concerns about additional noise once that runway opens, and that's a fair trade-off worth knowing about it if you're considering a home in that immediate area. But for the region as a whole, though, CLT is already dealing with more delays than the FAA considers acceptable. So this expansion is really about keeping up with the growth that's already happening, not creating new growth out of nowhere. All right, so number 9, I'll move through this one quickly since it's already several projects at once. CLT, or Charlotte Douglas International, already finished a $608 million terminal lobby expansion last year in September on Concourse E, the airport's busiest concourse, and is getting new terrazzo flooring, gate renumbering, and updated signage, and all new moving walkways. Now, finishing up in March in 2027, Concourse D is getting a new restroom, carpeting, and electrical work by the end of this year. Now, there's even a piece of Charlotte's history coming back, which is the first-in-flight kinetic sculpture that hung in the atrium from the year 1997 until last year, and is being reinstalled on Concourse D before the end of 2026, in a spot with better sightlines and a view of Uptown. So, what does that mean? For you, the airport that already flies you home to see family is about to feel like a completely different building, inside and out. So quick pause here, because if any of this is making you picture yourself living here, that's exactly what I help people do every single week. So reach out and I'll walk you through what your own move to Charlotte would actually look like, dollar for dollar. And if you don't have a lender yet, I can absolutely connect you with one I trust free of charge. So number 10, The Bowl at Ballantyne, has already brought restaurants, concerts, and retail energy to South Charlotte. And phase 2 kicks off this year with more green space, more dining, and a boutique office space built for hybrid work. Number 11, and for a lot of you, this one might be the most exciting name of the whole list, and that is Wegmans has officially broken ground on its first Charlotte area store, a 110,000 square foot grocery store and market in Ballantyne, expected to open this fall, with around 450 jobs coming with it. So if you've ever lived somewhere with a Wegmans, you already know what this means for the neighborhood around it. And if you haven't, just know that grocery store openings like this one tend to become genuine gathering places, not just places people run errands. All right, so number 12, in Noda, Sorella just completed its first phase, 335 apartment units, anchoring a $100 million mixed-use development called The Pass, sitting steps from the Lynx Blue Line with a rooftop terrace, co-working lounges, and ground floor retail built right in. All right, so number 13, South End Skyline keeps climbing. New towers are planned or breaking ground near the Carson and East and West Light rail stops, with a Class A office, residential, and hotel space all built in. Developer Riverside already broke ground on a second tower at Queensbridge Collective after locking in an anchor tenant for nearly all of its office spaces. South End's newest tower, 110 East, is filling up fast, and Carson and Tryon could break ground soon too, once its developer locks down an anchor tenant of its own. So number 14, The Pearl, is being built as Charlotte's first true innovation district, positioning this city as a genuine national hub for medical research and biotech, the kind of district cities like Boston and Raleigh-Durham have built entire economies around, which is super exciting. So if your career is in healthcare, research, or biotech, this is a genuinely new employment center that didn't exist in the city a few years ago. And it's exactly the kind of project that helps turn and pull in high-paying jobs long before most people notice the district is taking shape. All right, so number 15, at the Old Levine Museum site downtown, a new 32-story tower called Vella, Uptown, is planned for that exact block, adding serious residential density right into the historic core of the city. So when developers choose to build a 32-story building on a core downtown parcel like that, it's a strong signal about how much confidence they have in Uptown's long-term demand. So number 16, and this one's really the sum of everything around it, and that is Charlotte Center City Panthers is tracking nearly 4,900 new apartments, over 1.2 million square feet of office space, 1,500 new hotel rooms, and more than 257,000 square feet of storefronts planned or underway across Uptown South End, and Midtown alone adding up to $2.4 billion in new construction by 2027. And that figure doesn't even include another $2 billion or more being spent converting and repositioning older buildings across the same footprint. This isn't scattered, disconnected growth. It's a coordinated wave of hitting 3 neighborhoods at once, which is exactly the kind of pattern that ends up and tends to lift home values in the areas surrounding it too, not just inside the construction zone itself. Now coming in at number 17, and this one crosses the state line, which matters if you've been watching my other videos on the border areas. The Grove at Tega Cay, which is South Carolina, is a $250 million mixed-use project already breaking ground near Highway 160, bringing 150 first-sale homes and 225 apartments and over 100,000 square feet of commercial space. So coming in at number 18, Walmart is investing roughly $300 million into a fulfillment center in Kings Mountain, North Carolina. Nearly 1.3 million square feet, creating over 300 jobs expected to open by 2027. So what does that mean for you? That's the kind of project that quietly supports an entire regional job base, even for people who never set foot inside the building. Number 19, major highway upgrades are already underway too. New I-77 express lanes and new toll lanes on I-45, both actively under construction right now. So whatever suburb you're considering, your actual commute time a few years from now may look meaningfully different than what it does today. And of course in a good way, once those lanes do open. And finally, number 20, and I'll leave you with the most ambitious idea of this entire list. City and regional leaders are now seriously discussing a potential high-speed rail connection from Charlotte to Atlanta. It is still early and is genuinely years away, if it happens at all, but the fact that it is a real conversation tells you exactly where this city thinks it's heading. So there you have it. A new stadium era, an airport doubling down on itself, brand new neighborhoods rising from an old industrial land, a biotech district taking shape from scratch, and transit projects that are going to reshape which parts of this metro become the easy commute 5 years from now instead of the hard one that it is today. Charlotte isn't just growing, it's actively rebuilding itself in real time. And the people who understand where that growth is headed tend to make better decisions than the people who just react to it after it's already happened. If any of this got you excited about actually living here, that's exactly what I help people do every single day. Whether you're a year out from moving or already packing boxes, and if you don't have a lender yet, I can always connect you with one I trust and I've worked with in the past, free of charge. And like always, thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.